Modern era F1 has only raced at circuit since 2021. It will be a good few years until any constructor can match Ferrari's success here, with 9 wins between...
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Racers Driving League Season 15. Round number 14 of the Championship, the Dutch Grand Prix here at the Circuit Zandvoort, situated deep in the heart of the Netherlands. I'm your host, Zach RC, bringing you all the action from what should be a very exciting race. Exciting qualifying at that as well, given that we have a full wet qualifying. The wet tyres look to be on the cards for the whole grid, at least for the qualifying sessions. We could get a number of cars out of place on the grid tonight, so it should be a very exciting affair all around as the first few cars take to the circuit. The first of those being Badman in the Red Bull. Now, just me tonight, unfortunately, in the comments box. Unable to attend this week, but we wish him well, and obviously look forward to having him back in hopefully next week for the next round, which I believe is Monza next week, which should always be exciting in this league. So Badman, the first one out of the track. We'll see how he traverses the wet conditions here on the circuit. As I say, it should be a very exciting one indeed. In terms of your Drivers' Championship, after a fantastic race last night in Belgium, C110P fan, for the first time since early on in Bahrain this season, leads the Drivers' Championship by just 2 points over long-time leader Sniper Hunter. Of course, it's had a poor string of races. The last 2 rounds have not been to his liking since taking victory at Silverstone a couple of weeks ago. The race in Hungary and last week's in Belgium, not exactly going to plan for the long-time championship leader. And so it seems at this stage we now have a real title fight on our hands. What was a title fight between Sniper Hunter and TJ is now a battle between Sniper Hunter and Fan instead. So we'll see how the pair of them handle the wet conditions in qualifying, perhaps even the race as well. We'll see what the race looks like in terms of weather. In the meantime, though, we'll keep an eye on Badman here, the rookie through the last couple of corners. He's going to start his first time lap on the Zandvoort circuit. With that bank right hander, good exit, and now charging towards the line for the first final lap of the session. So it's a somewhat decent run to turn 1, depending on where you start. Can be shorter, obviously, if you're on pole. Into that very tight right at turn number 1. Of course, taken a lot differently due to wet conditions. He's struggling a bit with grip on the exit. Through turn 3, and now into that bank left-hander at turn number 4. Up to the outside of the racetrack on the exit. And now through a very fast set of lefts and rights. Normally taking a lot faster in the dry. 170 miles an hour still being reached. Gear 7 to make its way down into the drop. This next right. It's very difficult to get this one right. If you get it wrong, you could find yourself in the gravel and perhaps even out the race. Further into the second sector we go now. Nearing what would normally be the second DRS zone of the 2 on this circuit, but no bit in effect for this session. Unless it dries up, which could be impossible to get dry enough to actually have DRS on this run. Badman towards the split then, 7.1. We'll see how that stacks up compared to everyone else, including the usual front runners. So drivers like Sniper, Fan, BJ. Of course, BJ's home race tonight alongside Nicholas Mayer, who had a fantastic debut last time out with the pole position. We'll see if we can back that up later on in about 15 minutes time. In comes Badman then to the last corner. Through the bank right hander and charging now towards the line. So the first time of the night where this Badman sets himself. 1 minute 21.3. Solid start to the session. I see Imri coming in behind. Imri goes 1 minute 22.003. It's not the best of starts. And I see Sniper Hunter, the championship leader, on the way to turn 1. Of course, Imri didn't have the best of debuts last week. But was seeing a number of scenarios that weren't particularly his fault. So we'll look to see how he can do this time around, especially in these wet conditions. One of the first few times all season we've seen the full wet tyres being broken out. Always a pleasure to see them. At least from where we as viewers are setting, not so much for the drivers that have to struggle in these conditions. Sniper again drifting it around that very tight right-hander, very sweeping right-hander too. Lucky Lambert across the line then, 1 minute 22.4. He's on a set of intermediate tyres, so it looks like the wet tyres are on speed right now. Yellow flag, I think Imri's just spun off there. Just cut away at the wrong time, so apologies for that. And Grumio, reigning champion, goes fastest there by quite a way. 1.2 seconds right now, 1 minute 20.163, his best effort. We'll see if anyone else can come out to match that. Here's Smoke and Cheese. Going into the first quarter to start his first flag lap. Just missing 6 cars on the racetrack right now. JB in the pits, Shane and Ethan, and Lycon in the AlphaTauri, and then both Williams cars of Cottney Goblin and Wemsey. We've got an odd number field this week. One shy of a full boat. Curtis Shepherd unable to be with us tonight. And Shane, I'm being told, is disconnected right now. Number of cars going through set times. Snipe Hunter there in third. PJ Keller puts himself in the front row. So a bit closer now, 1 minute 21.2. But still just over a second to Grumio on pole. Sniper there in fourth place, his teammate on pole right now. Of course, look at Grumio's season so far. Of course, he was gone for quite a few weeks. He's come back and it hasn't been fantastic for him by the champion standards, but he did take his first podium since Australia last week in Belgium, which was good to see him back also where he belongs. And the 6-time RDL champion will be looking to close some more points if he can. It's 84 points back. For a driver of his caliber, I'd say it's near impossible, but that's a mountain that can be climbed. If he wants to win the 7th RDL championship, that's what has to be done. Nicholas Mayer, the third driver to get his time within the 1 minute 20s, alongside Smoke and Cheese. Those two, 1 minute 5:05 and 1 minute 27:01, respectively. PJ Card now pushed down to 4th. Half the field set their first lap times. There's Daniel Aaron into the pits for Haas. Lycon is out lap. We've got a few cars back here on laps, including Che, the reserve, towards the line. Aston Martin, over the line he goes. It's now for P4. And the Sniper Hunter goes into third place there, 1 minute 20.577, so very close to the Alfa Romeo of Nicholas. Here comes Fan off the last corner, the new championship leader, charging towards the line. Puts himself P8, not fantastic compared to where his rivals are. And here's BJ, the other Dutchman in the field. Home race for him tonight. Yellow flag, 2 yellow flags. An AlphaTauri and a McLaren in jeopardy there. BJ now nearing the final 2 right-handers on the circuit. And now through the bank around, of course, the one in this race last season looking to carry on that form. Sits third place in the standings, 48 points off the lead. Mercedes sit top of the constructors. Where can BJ put himself? P9. Just under a 10th behind Fan. So not brilliant, but plenty of time to still make that up again. We see a contrast in tyres for the Mercedes cars. Fan on the wets and BJ on the inters. It looks like right now we're in that sort of crossover period where there's no real tyre that has the edge. Perhaps as the rain either continues or stops, we may see some changes in that respect. I think Che can probably come into the pits this time. He's been waiting there for quite a while on the Aston Martin. 5th place right now, 1 minute 20.8 his best effort. No, he's carrying on. Another lap here, into turn 1 he comes. And we'll see if we can improve this time around. Just under 10 minutes to go now in the session. 14 cars having now set lap times. Oh, yellow flag. That's Lucky Lambert who's reset off the track there. Connie Goodman in the pit lane. Websy on his first timed run. Of course, one of the standout performers over the course of the season. Very close now to hitting that 100-point mark. He's got 97 points today. If he can finish in P8 or higher, then that should seal it for him. Or P9 with the fastest lap. We'll see if he can be in contention to win another race this season, this time around. There'll be a big push to Williams in the Constructors' Championship. Have a look at the Constructors here on my screen here. So Mercedes currently sits in the lead of the championship. 21 points in front of Alpine. Alfa Romeo now sitting in third place. 43 points back, so definitely doable to try and win the Constructors should they pull together. But Curtis's absence could put pay to that a bit more. We're down to Nicholas Mayer to get the points the Alpha team need right now. In terms of the fight at the bottom of the table, it's between Aston Martin and Haas to avoid finishing in last place. Aston Martin with 17 points this season. Paris T32 on the grid looking to try and close up on AlphaTauri at 8th. And the Haas pairing now, Shane and Daniel Aaron, sitting dead last. They've scored 10 points in this season. Nicholas Mayer of the line starts next lap. 8 minutes to go. Shane on the track. Conley Goblin and JB both in the pit lane right now, just waiting. Looking for their first timed runs. Dan improving there in the second sector. Sorry, he's So it's about 6.5 tenths up on his previous effort. That should be enough to perhaps put him around P14 to gain about a place or two. We'll see how he does in this final sector, see if he gains or loses any more time. Run on board with him here. To the right hander who charges towards the line. Puts himself P11. Big improvement then in the last sector. And Dan then just outside of the top 10. Websy put himself into P10. Second sector split for him now. He's 8 tenths up. So that could be enough to place him inside the top 6. As Badman so goes P6. Oh, Websy off the circuit. He's lucky that the lap's still valid, but I think it's more or less over from now. What could have been a fantastic effort. Forced him to a mistake off the corner. I think that'll be the end of his run. Grumio now back out on the racetrack for his next timed lap. Looking to try and improve on that pole time. 1 minute 20.163 is still the time to beat. He's out here on intermediate tyres. Here he comes. Oh! Big skid there through the first corner. Recovers it and keeps going, but I dare say this lap might be scuffed. Nicholas Mann back inside the pits. Sorry. Sniper Hunter there in 3rd place. Half a tenth down in his previous effort. We'll see what he can do over the remaining half a lap or so to try and improve on that. Only needs about a tenth or so to put himself onto the front row alongside his teammate. He's 2 tenths up. At this point, he needs about another 2 or so from here to try and claim pole position. And with Fan down in P9, that would hugely help his title hunt ambitions. Keep an eye on him here. Red Bull moves onto the grass there. Good move for Red Bull to get out of the way. We'll see how Sniper does coming towards the line. And he gets pole. Improves by just under half a second. And Sniper Hunter, the former championship leader, with a resolve tonight to close those 2 points back up and reclaims pole position. Che into P3 there. Nicholas down to P4 now. Fan in P9. He's got a lot of work to do here. Yellow flag out of the first sector. I believe that is Grumio stopped. The X1. Five and a half minutes still to come in this session. See where Fan can put himself. Over the split, we'll see where he emerges. 6 tenths up. Enough to put him in the high 1 minute 20s, which would be enough to perhaps for 6 on the grid. Looking to break up those 2 Red Bulls. Yellow flag there to stop Ferrari. The exit turn 1. That's lucky Lambo's slow. I think he's just improved for himself P9. He's up from Fan right now. Comes Fan towards the line. Can he improve at all? He can. Puts himself P6. As predicted. He's 2 tenths off P5, so the Red Bulls now split up on row 3. That one down to P7. Behind him, Imri in P8. PJ Calhoun going. Nearing the point now. We start thinking about those last runs. Keep an eye on the McLaren here as he makes his way around. Majority of drivers in the pit lane as it stands. And towards that first split he comes. We'll see where he stacks up. Oh, not a best of starts. Half a second down there for the McLaren. He's got work to do to try and improve on that. Yellow flag, that's one of the slow cars in the middle sector. That is C1SMP fan, I believe. Or may have been the Williams in front of Websy. Seeing Joe's look at wet tyres here. Lucky Lambo over the line. Nowhere near improving. He stays in P10 right now. Fan is up by a quarter of a second here. Out of sector 2. But he's pitting. Calling it there. Could there have been any more to that from C110P fan? We'll have to see if he can come out again. It may need to be into the pits, make the change, and then straight back out again. Of course, you want to leave it right to the end of qualifying as soon as you can, and then you've got a better chance of making sure you're not being upended as the session comes to an end. Just under 3 minutes left. Badman there in P7, of course, at the first time of the session. He's down there being split up by a fan from his teammate at Smoking Cheese. He's got time for perhaps another lap after this one too. Everyone quite split up here. No real train forming just yet. But we'll see if that changes when everyone comes out the pit lane. Six cars in the pit lane. Make that 5 now as Lycon makes his way out. And to start his final lap, his final run. Taking a ball out in the process. His teammate also on an out lap, but a bit close to starting his final lap. 1 minute 30 to go, and by this point you want to be out the pit lane. And Courtney Godwin will be staying in the pits for the end of qualifying. Start last of the race should JB set the time. We've only got one shot of this. Car over the line, that was Nicholas Mayer, who didn't improve, but he's going at it again. This will be his last run. Behind him, here comes Imrie, next one through. I see a Haas coming up as well, that will be Daniel Aaron, I believe, who is into the last corner now. He's 3.5 seconds down. Last lap for the Haas. 900 retiring from the session. Calling in the pit lane, he's decided he's done for now. Grumio though is fantastically close to him in the late stage of the session. Look at that, just over half a tenth in it between the two Alpine cars. And Fan needs to improve as well. We'll see what he can do at the end of this first sector. It's up by a tenth. Not enough to get many places yet. Oh, Daniel Aaron crashing there at the exit, I believe, of turn number 8. Another yellow on the main straight. Keep an eye on Fan here. Checker flag has now fallen. Waiting for the next cars to come through to the line. JB and Nicholas Mayer goes fastest again. Second week in a row looking to claim pole position for Alfa Romeo. Che not improving there. He's brought the car down to a standstill almost. Lucky Lambert crashing behind him there. And the second sector catches out another driver. Next car to the line is Imrie. Can he improve? He stays in P9. Behind him though, here comes Fan, who's 3.5 tenths up of the last corner. Could try and claim a spot in the second row. He does. P4 for him. BJ, the home hero of P15. Over the line goes P4 in front of his teammate. Badman over the line, looking at P8. Cheese slow behind him, may have held up the AlphaTauri of Lycon there. Lycon over the line, it's P14 for him. Where is Grumio? He's up, but only just up. Needs to nail it in this last corner. Can he nab pole position at the death of qualifying? Che out and Grumio back on pole. 1 minute 19.930. Ethan, the last car's across the line, and that will more or less cap off qualifying. Grumio on pole. The champion will lead the field grid to turn 1. And Nicholas Mayer, in his first home race in the RDL, will line up alongside him. Here's the rest of your top 10. Sniper starts in 3rd place with BJ there in 4th for his home race. So good qualifying from the Dutch drivers. Fan in 5th, Chase 6th, Cheese in 7th, Badman 8th, Websy 9th, and Shane rounds at your top half. So that is your top half of the grid for the Dutch Grand Prix, round number 14 of the championship in the RDL, season 15. We're back in a few minutes' time for the start. Welcome back in time for the Dutch Grand Prix here to get underway. And the heavens have opened and the orange-clad fans in the grandstands cheering their appreciation. There's your starting tyres. The top three will start on the soft tyres. Cars behind them on the mediums. Your big reminder for the championship. Fan leads Sniper by just 2 points now. And looking forward to getting this one underway. There is your pole sitter. 6-time RDL champion Salve Grumio leading us to the line. Of course, was dominant in qualifying last season, but we're starting to find that form once again. And alongside him there in P2 is rookie Nicholas Meyer in his second RDL Grand Prix, his first home race in this league. So we are looking for a podium, and behind him is his fellow countryman BJ, who won this race last season, a famous victory from season number 14. And now we're looking to add to that collection, go back to back in his home Grand Prix as the last few cars take their places on the starting grid. It's JB and Courtney Goblin take up the last 2 slots on the grid. Here come the lights for the Dutch Grand Prix. They're held to the line a long time, but it's lights out now, foot to the floor. Go, go, go. Nicholas Meyer, the fantastic start. Grumio gets bogged down, 3 wide for second as they go towards the first corner. Sniper in front, there's contact between the 2 Alpine cars. BJ goes through on the inside. He goes side by side with those 2 Alpines. And they're squeezing each other out. Grumio is in third now. Sniper down to P4. Sniper falling through the field. Che trying to go around the outside of the former championship leader in P5. But BJ in second place. It's a Dutch 1-2. And the Orange Army scream their appreciation as Nicholas Meyer, in his second RDL start, leads away. He's a second clear by the time they reach the second sector. Fantastic getaway there over the reigning champion, who's now down in third place. Further down the field here, Badman's up 2 places. Fan, not a good start for him at all. He's down 2 as well. Huge kerfuffle on the back here. Paris 232 struggling. There goes Lucky Lambert up his inside. Makes it through Imri, down 7 spots here. It's not been the best opening laps from so far. Connie Goblin is taken as they go into the final sector on the circuit. Go way on the brakes there, off into the gravel goes the Williams of Courtney Goblin to recover it and rejoin at the back of the field. But as he comes to the last corner to complete the first lap, it's Nicholas Meyer who leads by now 2 seconds to BJ and Grumio, the inside of the Dutchman into turn 1. What a start from the rookie as BJ goes back down the inside. There's contact. BJ almost goes around, and Sniper narrowly avoiding him there. Che making a move as well, up into 4th place. Sniper got a desync issue of some kind here. I'm not sure what's going on with the Alpine, but he's down in P6 now. No idea what that was about. BJ remains in P4. But Che now in the podium places. There's your possible race strategies on the bottom of your screen. You're hard pressed to find anyone looking to push those soft tyres about 15 to 17 laps. So one stop for those guys could be off the cards. Depending on if we get a safety car or not, I have to wait and see. 2.5 now the gap between Nicholas Meyer and Salve Grumio. Dan and Cheese going at it for P9 here. Dan around the outside, of course. Haas, both of the constructors right now, they need some good points. And Dan looking to do that for him here in the opening laps of this race here at Zandvoort. Very close there. Paris trying it on Websy. Trying to go around the outside. Websy having none of it there. Holds on to P11, just 1 place off those points paying places. Nicholas Meyer comes through to start lap number 3. 1 minute 11.5, the fastest lap to kick things off. Che now closing on his old championship rival from season 14, Salve Grumio. Cheese now being fought against Websy for P10. Williams on the inside. I thought he was right away there for a second. Shane and Lycon side by side into turn number 4 they come. Imri there behind them. Looking to try and fight back to the field now. Starting on those hard tyres, so looks to go a bit longer in that first stint. And the first few DRS zones now about to come into play. There's no DRS during qualifying. Let's see how these drivers handle it now in the race. We're still the first race on this game in terms of league racing on this circuit. And Che's starting to close that gap. Have a look at your position change so far. Biggest gainer so far has been Dan, who's up 7 places, up to P9 now, and looking to hunt down PJ Callum for P8. He's within DRS range, he's getting that. But PJ doesn't have anything. The driver someone else lost out the most. as it stands. Currently sits as Imrie. He goes the inside, his teammate down, looking to change that. He's now tied with Shane for most places dropped. Both of them lost 4. Oh, yellow flag. Oh, there's a collision. BJ and Sniper. And oh, there we go. Sniper being crashed into there. By the Aston Martin of Paris. Who may have damage of some kind. And what on earth happened there? Sniper Hunter getting plowed into. And that, to some extent, might be music to the ears of C110P fan, who now knows he has the opportunity to try and score more points to open that gap in the Drivers' Championship. And BJ, if he can get back into the points, looks to try and close the gap to second place. It has not been a positive start to the race for Alpine at all here. So Grumio lost the lead in the start and is now under threat of losing P2 to Che, who lifts there going to that first corner. Perhaps didn't think to go for it. Around he goes. The Aston Martin spins off at turn 1. He can't go back on yet. He's had to wait quite a while here for the rest of the pack to come charging back through. Oh, very close to contact there with the Haas of Shane. Not sure if there was a hit. No wing damage to that car. The grid very racy here as Paris 232 gets loose off of turn 4. It continues on. But a third race in a row where things have not gone the way of Sniper Hunter. Nicholas Mayer leads, driving the car of what would have been Sniper's old former championship rival rather, Mr. TJ. He's 2 races in, he's still in that thunderous form that could push Alfa Romeo close to the top of the constructors. Alpine a car down. Fan there in P4, because BJ at the bottom of the order. Doesn't look like he's got any damage to that car. So we're carrying on. We had hope for a safety car. Found the inside of Badman now taking away P3. I'll bring the championship gap to 17 points in the standings. Fan pulling away quickly here. He's got 3.5 seconds to close on Grumio in second place. He's been left on his own now since the incident with him and Sniper. Sorry, with BJ and Sniper, sorry. Not quite sure, again, not quite sure what happened there. We didn't quite catch it on camera, so apologies for that. We are catching though, it's Nicholas Mayer, who is away here, 6 laps in to his first race in front of his home crowd. I'm sure the Dutch fans will be delighted to see him out front. But not so delighted for their currently fallen hero, who sits down in P18. All of a sudden his chances of trying to win this race for a second season in succession looking very slim, as Lucky Lambert makes the pass on Paris for P9. Frolic is trying to snatch some more points if they can. JB there in P14. Cole places out the points. Paris on the inside of Lucky. Sticks his nose in there. He's got to give him the space. Oh, Imrie the inside. Tried it. Just didn't have the room in the end. Just about got squeezed. Just went for it a bit too much. Around he goes. Recovers it. But I think he's got wing damage. Yes, he does. No end plate on that front, on the right hand side of that front wing. Courtney Goblin there behind him for company. I assume that Imrie will probably pick this lap. Another car hoping for a safety car at some stage. 7 laps in then, and Grumio starting to work his way up towards the rookie. Oh, yellow flag! And that is Paris around. Gets a turn, no damage done to that front wing, but he's cooking those soft tyres there. Imrie and Courtney both getting around him. Again, we should see Imrie into pits this time. Not sure if he'll valiantly choose to continue fighting. Look when he comes. Lycon passing JB there in the race for P11. Got Che right behind him there. Che on the outside. Trying to recover from that spin. Grimmy left on his own after the spin from Che as well. Fan 3.3 behind him. He's got his nearest follow the Red Bull of Badman who's starting to come alive once again. And no better time too. Red Bull looking to try and wrap up best of the rest in the Constructors Championship and avoid perhaps losing out to Williams, who of course has been on a tear in recent races, much and very similar to the Williams of late in real life Formula 1. See Websy will try and go for a move here on PJ Khaled. Dan up in P5 now, so really up high now. He's done a fantastic job so far. Have a look at his position change. He's gained 11 spots since the start. Started in P16. Websy and DRS deployed. Will he go for his overtake? He doesn't have much left. PJ defending down the main straight and closing on Dan as well, but not worth it. Yellow flags. Paris T32 out of the race. And that's a safety car. We've just missed the retirement of Paris, who spun at the same corner he did a lap ago, but this time it's been terminal. And Nicholas Mayer's lead is dragged down from almost 2 seconds to nothing. We'll see how that impacts strategy at all. But definitely frustrating. Several cars in the pit lane here. Che and BJ both in. And Imrie, a bit of bad luck there. Didn't quite work out for him. If he'd sat a lap longer, then he, of course, would have had no issues with pitting. So under the safety car for the first time on lap number 9 of this race. Just waiting for Nicholas and Grimio to come round so they can pick up the safety car and get rolling again. And they're going to pit lane then, both of them on the soft tyres, looking to get rid of those as soon as they can here. In comes the Alfa Romeo. Sorry, hard tyres going on both cars here. Standard stops for the pair of them. Both are away. Fan, they're in 3rd place. Good for him. Several cars staying out here. Lycon and JB both staying on the racetrack on those hard tyres. They'll be the ones to pick up the safety car this time round. Nicholas Miller now in net P1. Grimmy behind him, then Fan. And Badman has gone to the medium tyres. Mediums for PJ Khaled and for Ethan as well. Both McLarens on those second softest tyres. Where's he on the softs though? So perhaps banking on there being another safety car so he can make the change. So Lycon then leads. Lycon took the points for a win a few weeks ago in the race at Hungary, or race in Hungary rather. Of course, would he love to add another one to the collection for AlphaTauri? Just waiting for the safety car to come back in once everyone catches back up. The last car in the running order being BJ, so the task is in a fresh set of hard tyres now, so the task perhaps not impossible for him. We'll have to wait and see just what he can do. Lap 11 now. I assume probably go next lap. So Lycon and JB, P1 and P2. Those guys in good position right now, and of course we'll have the first of the cars behind bearing down on them. See BJ now close to the back of the pack. Just waiting to get back underway. Once they get a message in a moment or two. I'm thinking when we cross the split for the final sector, we'll get the message. And there it is. Safety car is in this lap. Here we go again then. See how Lycon and JB can handle the restart on those old hard tyres compared to the cars behind them. We shall have to wait and see when Lycon chooses to go as well. The whole pack there, 18 cars still in the running. Fan looking to score more points. BJ looking to close back in on the points. Nicholas looking to get around the two leaders quickly. And Lycon and JB looking to hold the whole field at bay. He's going back to the green flag on lap number 12. Lycon leads us. JB closing in. Might go for the lead into turn 1. Lycon defends the inside beautifully there. Both cars going wide. And that allows Nicholas Mayer to come in on the outside of the Ferrari. Has to move back into line though. So all single file here off the start. Everyone away nice and clean. Lycon will have JB sniffing at his heels over the remainder of this lap. May go for a move if he finds the opportunity to. Yellow flag behind, and that is Imri, who's now lost his wing. Connie Goblin has lost an end plate, perhaps contact between those two. Nicholas Mayer waiting for an opportunity to pass and hoping that Grimmer doesn't go for a move on him. Looking. Oh, contact! And there goes the end plate off of the back of the front of the Alfa Romeo. And that will require a pit stop, I dare say. It looks like he's staying out. Nicholas Mayer will try and drive with that front wing on the car as JB looks to the outside at turn 1. Single file train here. Back to Dan in 7th. Bad man around the outside of Fan. Couldn't quite pull it off. And Dan was gets out of shape. We're looking around, looking to try and find an opening of some kind. It's all single file for now. There's Imri out the pit lane here. They're putting on the hards back on the start of the race. And fresh front wing too. So join Courtney Goblin back on the racetrack once again. Both from about 30 seconds back from Shane in P15. Lucky Lamont making the pass on Che. They're still going side by side. Che gets in front on this occasion. Start looking at Cheese in P10. So Lycon and JB handled this start quite fantastically here. And both leading away. Will it be a different game, however, when the DRS comes into play? Nicholas again staying out. He's closing too. They open inside of JB at turn 1. Very narrow gap on the right-hand side. Into the braking zone. There's all this contact. And the Alfa Romeo saves it, keeps it on the circuit. As Fan looks at Grumio, who goes in turn goes on the outside of Nicholas. Fan couldn't quite get good enough to pull alongside. He's right there, behind the reigning champion. BJ's comeback continues. He sits up in P14 right now. Imri back down the pit lane. 5-second penalty for speeding. And just going for a change onto medium tyres. And a wing change too. It's frustrating business so far for him in the AlphaTauri as his teammate shows the way. Very long train here. Oh, there goes Che. Look at the inside of Smoking Cheese there. Very aggressive. Managed to get away with it. Keep it on circuit. Nicholas to the outside. Looking at 1. Actually looking at 2 if he can get enough for gap. Lycon still leads into 1. Nicholas trying the outside this time. JB a bit loose on the exit, and that allows the Alfa Romeo back into second place. He's lacking in end plate, but he's not lacking the guts to go for a position. And JB now falling down the order. It's close to Fan. Very tight between them. Someone's got to give here. It's Fan who gives. But JB goes wide, and that allows Fan back in. Mercedes nips in front. Oh, and there goes down the inside. JB off onto the grass a bit there. And Badman trying it too. JB is dropping down the order very, very quickly here. From P2 to P8 here, the struggle as he attempts to maintain control. I think he's off on the gravel for a second there. Cheeser on the outside. That's P9 from now. And all eyes now sit at the front of the field where Nicholas Meyer will no doubt be looking to return to the race lead. Lycon to the right side of the tracks, try and break the toe. Looks to the outside, goes the Dutchman. The Orange Army on their feet into turn 1. Nicholas Meyer reclaims the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix with 20 laps to go. And Grumio now will want to try and get around this AlphaTauri as quickly as he can, but not let Fan in. And Dan behind them doing a fantastic job at this stage. What a race it's been so far. We're not even halfway through. That safety car bringing everyone close together. BJ now back into P11 again. And 1 spot away from the points. Try and nab that off JB. He can get himself back into those points from positions. Is Courtney going back down the pit lane here? Not sure what for. Yeah, probably get enough of those soft tyres and onto a set of mediums here. And a wing change in order for Williams too. Oh! Bad man around. And JB down the place as well, but goes back to the outside of Che. BJ now on the points thanks to Badman's spin. Puts him down to P15. DRS deployed. All of these cars. BJ look to the outside of JB into 1. Grumio in second place up front. He's just managed to get around Lycon with the help of the DRS into that first corner. And he's got Nicholas just in front of him. And Fan want to try and get away and try and get in front of the AlphaTauri now too. We've seen him go for gutsier moves on JB. BJ into P9 now. The race nowhere near over for either one of the Dutchmen on the circuit. What a fantastic race. Has been contacted. I think Grumio may have tapped back the Alfa Romeo as Dan's Haskell's all out of shape there. But I'm bothered him down this next straight. I think it's going to the inside for a second there. And Dan coming very close to the back of Fan's car as Cheese tries around the outside. What is the plan for the reigning champion as they come through the final corners on the circuit? DRS looks to be the mainstay. Nicholas using his overtake button and keeping it in front. But does Grumio nick to the inside? He's going to go for it into 1. And Nicholas can't turn the car enough to respond with a crossover, but he's going to go to the inside now into turn number 3. Very close to contact. Both of them keep it clean. And Grumio gets away with the lead. The reigning champion back in front. Looking to win a race for the first time since Australia. Over 10 rounds ago. It's rare we'd be saying that 6-time champion Salve Grumio has got just 2 wins from 13 rounds this season, sorry. And this is a rarity. It's given us a fantastic title fight. He's typically very strong in the opening stage of the season. And towards the end of it too. So we'll see. Should he refine this form? Contact between Cheese and Websy. Who saves the car, but he's got BJ all over him now. And same with it with a wobble himself too. Grumio's away here. Nicholas only just in DRS range. As Fan now pulls to the right hand side looking to take Lycon and take away P3 from the former race leader. And then chase side by side into 1 as well. Che very close to taking the AlphaTauri in front. These guys racing for being net P4. She's reading Websy on those soft tyres. Will Websy be thinking about his second stop soon? I'll have to wait and see. Che is all over Lycon here, looking for an opening of some kind as Cheese looks to fight Dan. Che at the inside, looking for 4th place to take away 4th place. Nicholas does not have DRS, but Fan does. Can't quite get to the Alfa Romeo in front though. And I imagine the wing damage probably not helping the case for the rookie Dutchman in the field. Or more experienced, in terms of the league, more experienced Dutchman runs in P9. The comeback still continuing on for BJ. His next time has been Websy in the Williams, whose soft tyres must surely be hitting the cliff at this stage. Car in the pits. That's Lycon coming in. His first stop. JB staying out though. Need to go a little bit longer on those hard tyres. That first set puts BJ into P8 now as he races Websy for 7th. See, lucky there, chasing PJ Callow to have the final points play in place. Just one penalty so far in this Grand Prix. That's been Imrie for 5 seconds of speeding in the pits. She's really chasing Dan there. And the gaps between the leaders starting to open up as Che closes on Nicholas Mayer as Fans in 2nd place. Aston Martin to the outside. A bit of light tapping there between the pair of them. Nicholas will be desperate to hold to P3, but Che has it off the corner. And it feels to some degree like season 14 all over again. Grumio, Fan and Che on the podium. Yellow flag, and that is Batman around. And he's returned the car. Will we stay green? Will that be a safety car? So we're going to stay green here. Next time the threat is contact! And both cars around and Nicholas Mayer is out! And there's the safety car. Dan and Nicholas make contact. And the Orange Army hangs their heads here as one of the highlight drivers of the race, who led for so long during this one, especially in the opening laps. Now in a fantastic start, and definitely deserved to see the checker flag in that one. 4 retirees now in this one. And BJ now has the nation's hopes on his shoulders. Set of medium tyres going on. Grumio, Shane and Dan all staying out. Dan staying out despite the lack of wing. As we'll wait now for the rest of the field to form back up. So that's 23 then. 13 more laps to go in this one. Grumio now leads Shane. Dan obviously pitting for that fresh wing. It was disappointing to see Nicholas Mayer out, who of course did such a fantastic job during the day. And that mistake there has cost him. Grumio now leads. Fan is closest challenger for the victory. Shay there in P4. Both those two cars can still pose a threat. She's back there as well. He gets himself going again. He can stand a chance. Websy in P6. Perhaps the dark horse for this one. Lycon 7th. Was doing quite well earlier, defending on the older tyres. And BJ is still on that comeback. Sits in P8 right now. Looking to just nab some points in front of the home crowd and for the team as well. And that'll be the crucial thing for those guys there. Waiting on Connie Goblin and Imri to catch up to the back of the field to be able to get racing again. And I'd say at this stage it's still probably anyone's race. I feel there'll be a couple more. There'll be around 11 or so laps to go across the line. At 24 then, anything could still happen. The track might start to cut over a little bit here, so I'm not sure that brings any sign of late rain. Waiting then. We'll see how these guys in front handle the restart. Grumio, of course, can lead away. Shane will be looking to follow him and not lose any places on the start. And Courtney Goldman gets, of course, up in time for the restart on a fresh set of soft tyres. Waiting for that second split to hit us. And there it is, safety car in this lap. So how will Grumio fare? Can Shane do anything behind him? Be careful to not get caught lacking here. Waiting to go, waiting for the opportunity to make his move. So to go in pit lane now. He's waiting all the way, and now going for it. Fan immediately to the inside of Shane, going towards turn 1. Back on the way here on lap 25. Into turn 1, Che around the outside, 2 cars. Off the exit, he's in front. He's got like 3 seconds time to think about, but he is in second place. He goes to the inside of Grumio now. Shades of season 14, found the grass there, and dropping back. The championship leader with an opportunity to try and capitalise and get some more points. Oh, he hits Websy there as well. Yellow flag, and that's Dan out. Dan crashing, big collision behind him, and Ethan gets caught up as well. I think Cody Gon got a whack, and the safety car redeployed. Courtney Goblin, 5-second penalty for a severe collision with Ethan. 13 cars now left in the running. And we are back under the safety car. Just as we near the final 10 laps of the race. Che now leads. He's now the lead there. While Fan dropped back, he's down to P6. He's got a lot of work to do now against a number of good cars. Now, what do Grumio and Shane do here? Do they choose to pit? Both of them staying out and maintaining track position. It'll be a struggle to bring those hard tyres. 16, 20, another 10 laps to the end. They've done 26 laps by the time the race is over. It's going to be very tough for them. With Che now in the lead on fresh mediums. She's back there in 4th, looking to snatch a podium as well. Websy in 5th. Fan 6th. BJ now 7th. Lycon down to 8th. Imrie now back inside the points. Things have turned around to some extent for him. And now looking to nab his first points in the RDL and for AlphaTauri. With a chance to beat his teammate too. Lycon, of course, led the race briefly earlier. He's now down to P8. Imrie on those soft tyres have a good chance. And we're just waiting now on Lucky Lambert, who made a stop there for fresh softs. Of course, Fan really fell back on the restart. And was almost immediately going for 2nd place off of Shane. And there's some kind of altercation between those two at the exit of turn 4. Because that was where Fan was off onto the grass. Now, could we get a quick restart here? Because Lucky Lambert's caught up to the back of the field. Let's see if we're lucky enough to get one here. It's headlights make the call now. I have to wait and see. No chance at all. It looks like I have to go around in possession for one more lap. Which will give us 9 laps of fighting to the finish. I see Smoking Cheese down low there. Thought he was going for the pits. Everyone's staying out here except for Connie Goblin, who dives in. That's a tyre change in order. It's a fresh set of softs going on and a wing change too. First counter to serve. A collision with Ethan. So under safety car. It's good news for him. Car releases away. No penalty to think about, unlike Che, who has that 3 seconds to think about. He's now got to pull a 3-second advantage for the checkered flag. And I think you'll know all too well at this stage. With the 6-time RDL champion Salve Grumio bearing down on you, that is far easier said than done. Cheese looking to try and have a podium finish if he can. To add to his points tally. From his first few races here, he's up to 76 points in the standings, which is enough for P8 right now. And really pushing Red Bull to their limits. Up over his current teammate, Badman, who sits on 58 points, which for a rookie season is fantastic, given how competitive the league can be. And Courtney Goblin will be the last catching to the field here. And safety car now in this lap, so 9 laps to settle it here at Zandvoort, if we don't get any more safety cars. Che leads them. 13 cars still in the running. Anything could still happen. When does Che choose to go? Had several different drivers lead us back to the green flag today. And Che will want to try and catch Grumio napping. And he has done! There he goes, away! The Aston Martin has pulled out to a fantastic advantage. Grumio now giving hot pursuit. 9 laps to go at Zandvoort. Almost 3 wide into turn 1. Cheating into Shane. Websy on his outside. Oh, Lycon with a bit of an error there. Websy and Cheese. Almost around goes Cheese. Oh, and BJ gets hit. And the Dutch fans groaning the grandstands as BJ hit again. And out to the Dutch Grand Prix, both the hometown heroes, home country heroes, eliminated from contention to win this one. And no safety car, we keep on going. Cheese down to P12 now, after that spin. Che now leads by 2 seconds, he really caught Grumio napping here, and Websy looking to the outside of Shane here, he wants the podium finish, but he can take one. Shane keeps himself in front. Fan opened the door for Imrie there, who snuck up to P6. Looking at P5 of the championship leader if he can. Overtaking effect of both cars here. And Websy to the inside of Shane at turn 1. Perhaps like waiting a bit too long there. Let's go close. Into the first corner they go. It's very tight into turn 1. Yellow flag. Let's cheese around. Lucky Lambo down the pit lane. And Che Oliver has almost built, has now built the 3-second gap he needs to win this race. Websy pushing in front of Shane there. Up into the podium spots. And closing on Grumio, whose hard tyres have done a fantastic job, but they've had better days. Let's face it, yellow flag. That's Cheese, who's retiring from the session. And has he crashed it? He has. I think he's crashed the car on the entrance to the pit lane, and that's right the safety car again. 11 cars still in the running here. Cheese out of contention. But no idea what happened to him. And Che coming in. I think now is the time for fresh softs. For everyone, Che gets another penalty. And that will not help him at all. Websy stays out. Shane staying out. Fan, Imrie. All back, all stay on the racetrack. Courtney Goblin as well. Fresh softs for both the two leaders. Lycon his way in. Soft tyres going on too. And here's away. But Che, now 8 seconds to his name. That will not help him at all. Only driver in the field. So Websy now leads then. Websy from Shane, then Fan. Imrie in 4th, Courtney 5th. Che sits in 6th, 7th for Grumio, 8th for JB, 9th for Lycon, 10th for Lucky Lambert, and PJ, the only driver right now outside of the points. With 6 laps to go in the next cross the line, I dare say we'll get perhaps 5 laps to settle this one. The leaders have no penalties, save for Che Oliver. Che just waiting. Getting back on the way. We saw him build that 3-second lead. He was in the lead on the restart. So he'd need to push up front and try and move as he can in his late stages, to try and push himself further and further away from the cars behind him. PJ Calder for the last corner, the last one. Last to come through and complete lap 30. He'll join us back to the pack and get a restart. So a reminder then of your DNFs from this race. Cheese, BJ, Ethan and Dan, and Nicholas, Badman, Paris and Sniper Hunter. Fan here with a big chance to increase that championship gap. Right now, as it was earlier, still stands at 17 points. It can go to a maximum of 28 points should he win the race and take the fastest lap. The fastest lap, which currently is in possession of Imrie by quite a way here. Only 1 minute 10 so far in this race, because he's on those soft tyres. So could see that change. So waiting then. Safety car is in this lap. You get 5 laps to settle it. And yet another driver will restart in the lead. We'll see what Websy can do. Shane there behind him. Shane is still on those 21 lap old hards. We'll see if we can nail the restart. Perhaps. Is there an unlikely chance of, is there a likely chance rather of Shane perhaps winning the race? Oh, he's disconnected there before the restart. That won't help his case at all. Websy, let's see when he chooses to go. He's going now. 5 more laps here at Zandvoort to finish it. Green flag back in the air. And Shane into the pit lane here. This AI is pulled off into the pits. Imrie to the outside of Fan at turn 1. Che on the inside of Courtney Goblin, getting to work immediately. Looking around the outside of Imrie, he gets pushed onto the grass. Very tense moment as Che yachts back. And Shane will probably be a bit unhappy to see himself on 9-lap old soft tyres. Just 5 laps to go and now out down the order. Websy now leading Fan. Can Websy bring home another win this season? Good points for Williams on the cards there. Courtney Goblin up in the points right now. I think everyone in this train right now should score. JB around the outside of Courtney here. The Williams and the Ferrari side by side into the right-hander. Oh! JB very close to contact with 2 cars there. He's lost 2 places. Big trend of cars here. Come towards turn 1, almost 3 wide. 3 wide into turn 1. Alpha Tauri sandwiched in 2 Ferraris. There's contact. JB off the circuit. I think Connie Goblin got sandwiched there. And that brings what could have been a very entertaining battle to the end here. We've got a race for the lead going on. And Grumio, I'd say, isn't out of contention either. And don't count out Imrie, whose soft starts might be struggling. But should something go wrong for these guys up front, he could try and capitalise on that. But it's all about Fan and Websy for the lead right now. There's a yellow. And that's Imrie around. And Grumio around as well. And maybe in contact with PJ perhaps, who's lost an end plate. Several more contenders down the field, out the running. Websy and Fan and Che. That's your top 3. They all lead each other. I think Che will now be safe for a couple more places. Look to finish around, probably saying around P9 or so, P8. They want to take the lead on track here. DRS deployed, 3 laps to go. The top 3 are away here. Lucky Lambert on course for 4th right now. Lycon closing the gap to Courtney Goblin. Can Websy hold off 2 of the fastest drivers in the league here to try and snap another win this season? They keep on fighting each other. He's got a solid chance. Chain's 2nd place, and now he's got to try and close on Websy, who's half a second in front of him. Imrie out the pits here. Wing change complete down to P11 as Shane gets back in front. I'm pleased to see Imrie out the pits behind him. So Shane on course to score a point for Haas. Grumio there in P9. Che closing the gap to Websy now. He's got DRS and Websy's opened the door for him. Nice and wide on the exit. Che on the outside. Websy gets in front. Just about cuts him out. Keep an eye on Fan though. If Websy can stay on his tyres, then Fan should still be in the picture. Che to the inside for a moment. Now it'll go all the way to the right. 2 laps to go. Racing for the lead into turn 1. Che gets up in front. But now needs to build 8 seconds to try and win this race, which could be difficult because Websy and Fan are still very there with him. It's now a straight fight. If Che pulls away, it's a straight fight between Websy and Fan for this race victory. JB in front of PJ, who's still going on that 1 end plate less McLaren. Lycon running P5 now, on course for a solid points haul. Imrie passing Shane into turn 1, they're side by side. Imrie comes out in front. And Shane likes to try and stick with him here. Che pulling away, he's got 1 of the 8 seconds he needs. Websy a tab wide there. Here comes your championship leader closing in. He's not going to try it to the inside this time. Is there a chance of a photo finish on the last lap? Che leads off the last corner. He's always got 2 seconds. Bell lap for the Dutch Grand Prix. We're on the last lap. Fan back in front. and Websy will need to try and stay with him on this last circuit. Lucky Lambo on course for third place right now, thanks to a chase penalty. Fourth on track, but a podium for Ferrari. They've managed to avoid all the chaos. We're going to have 11 finishes in this race. Che, 1.5 to good. Over Fan, but still needs another 6.5. Websy will need to really rely on that DRS. He'll need it this time to close in, and he has to use all his DRS too in order to try and close back in. Che 2.3 clear. Websy's closed the gap down, but will it be enough? Che is going to come through and win the race on track. It looks like Fan will be taking the points. Websy can't get to him. Che runs to the line here. Wins it on track, but Websy closing in. He's going to pull to the outside. He's going to be close between them and fights the line. They're so tight. But Fan wins it just about by 3/1000 of a second. What a finish there. That was so close. Perhaps the closest finish we've seen perhaps the closest I've seen ever in my time in the commentating in this league. 3/1000 of a second. What a finish. Fan narrowly wins out over Websy. Lucky Lambert home in third. Che takes the win on track. What a fantastic scrap between two brilliant drivers, and Fan will increase his lead in the Drivers' Championship. Sniper Hunter will have his work cut out for him the next few races. We've seen him been fantastic all season. The last few races, of course, haven't been the best for him, but we'll see if he can come back from this. Fan only perhaps one of the closest races I've seen in my time commentating league races as a whole. What an exciting race. We'll have to get the opinions of both those two. The celebrations beginning then for Fan, who wins it over Websy, and then Lucky Lambert. So here's your final results. Fan wins it from Websy, and Lucky closing the podium. Like on home in 4th, JB 5th, Courtney Goblin in 6th. Good points for Williams today, regardless of they didn't quite get the win. PJ in 7th, Grimio 8th in the end. Imri 9th, coming back to finishing the points, and the fastest up as well. And Che takes the last point on offer after that penalty. Shane finishes in P11. Your retirees in the race: Cheese, BJ, Ethan, Dan, Nicholas, Fabman, Paris, and Sniper Hunter, who has work to do here to try and close in that points gap. So that's your race. And we'll get post-race interviews going in just a moment. Waiting to get this thing underway. Oh, I see Sniper Hunter and Websy up here in the performance box with me, and hopefully we'll get Fan in too. A fantastic race all around. I thoroughly enjoyed the one. I hope you did too. Let's see if we can get Fan in here. Websy, of course, came so close to that one at the end of the race. Right, so we'll get to post interviews then, guys. We'll come to our second place finisher, Websy, first of all. But mate, that was intensively close. That was 3/1000 of a second. I'm sure you probably saw at the end there. Is that heartbreaking to lose a race by that much?
No, not really happy to be fair. No, that was really, really good. I didn't even think I would when he got past me, because I had wing damage from just as kind of the light wing damage, if you will, from about 20 laps before, and obviously because everyone's pretty tight here, there was no way that I could change my wing in the pits, because I would have lost an extra 5 seconds, and I worked out that would have probably took me into from something like 6th or 7th into probably about 13th. So yeah, when he overtook me, I kind of thought I didn't want to fight too much with him, obviously, and when he overtook, I thought, well, I'll use his DRS and try and make sure I'm safe from the guy behind, and then all of a sudden I just got a really good exit from the last corner, and he run out of ERS, and I probably had about 15% left, something like that. So push the button, press the rocket gear, and go for it, really. But maybe if I stuck behind his car for about maybe another 1/10 of a second, then pulled out, I might have just had it. But no, I'm well happy. I'm well happy that the result I've got.
Yeah, I mean, a podium is a podium regardless. Of course, that brings your championship title up either heart. But I mean, you now sit in 4th place in the Drivers' Championship. Are you pleased with that? I'm
absolutely made up in this league. I think I've been in this league for forever, and this is the first year that last year I felt I was a bit quicker, a lot quicker, but I was just getting a lot of bad luck with my own decisions and on the track. And this year I've kind of just had a little bit of luck, and it's kind of like when I was racing and I had a faster tyre on, and there's about 4 or 5, 6 cars in front of me, and they're all scrapping with each other. And if I could have tried to overtake, and to be fair, if I would have tried to overtake, there's probably a 60% chance there's going to be me knocking someone or putting someone off the track or something. So I just have to stay behind and wait for an opportunity. But obviously they're all pretty quick, so I just couldn't do it. And then I was just patient, and I just kind of thought to myself, well, if I get 5th, I'm actually happy. And obviously I ended up getting 2nd.
Definitely an enjoyable race from our perspective and from yours as well. In terms of course, it was a very, very chaotic race today. 9 retirees at the end of it. I could be wrong. Sorry, no, that's 8 retirees. My math is wrong. Did you have any trouble getting through the chaos today?
Again, it's like you're just lucky, aren't you? There was one accident happened right in front of me. I kind of dodged around at the guy, and then I'm sure it was it Sniper? I'm not actually sure, or Cheese. They kind of used that opportunity and then dodged around it on the inside of me, kind of thing. So everyone's kind of at their wits' end, kind of thing, just trying to move one place forward. Plus, obviously, just dodge as many obstacles as they possibly can. So.
Fair enough. Of course, last question for you. Looking forward to our next race, which will be, if I check the steward's report, that'll be Monza next time out, next Monday. So you're looking forward to that one?
Yeah, I like Monza. I think everyone kind of likes Monza. It's a bit boring if you're on your own, but yeah, it's good track in Monza. There's some good overtaking places. And, I'm kind of looking forward to the most of the tracks left on the calendar, to be fair, apart from Las Vegas, which I probably said a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks ago. So yeah, but happy days, and GG everyone. Honestly, it's a pleasure to race in this league.
Good to hear, mate. Well, congratulations on the 2nd place finish. Hopefully we'll see you back in next week.
Thank you. Cheers.
So that was our runner-up Websy, and we'll come now to our race winner, Fan, who is now here with us in the comments box. Fan, mate, that was incredibly close. Is the heart rate gone down now?
A little bit. It was up for the whole race, to be fair, so I'm going to need a little while to come down from that.
Fair enough. I mean, you probably know my line by now. The windurers get the ones that always play chaos. Yep, there we go. He knows it. In terms of navigating the chaos today, how do you find that?
It was tricky. There was a couple of times. I think it was Sniper and BJ at the start, and then was it Websy and Cheese that came together? They were both in the same spot, and I think both times I missed it by about an inch. I managed to avoid it. If I'd been any further to the right, it would have been race over. So yeah, luck was on my side today.
Fair enough. I mean, of course, when a number of safety cars there, especially in the late stages, did that ever have any change to your strategy?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, the thing with this game is if your tyres are anywhere near 25% worn, then it's just quicker to pit and take a new set. So the first one I knew I could take the hards and run to the end. Then I boxed again on the next one for mediums, and that was the one where, was it Blaze and Shane? They didn't box and stayed out on the hards. So I thought I was in for a shout for the win on that one. And then I don't know if you caught it, I tried to overtake Shane around the outside of turn 3 probably. And he just didn't see me there, and I got squeezed off, and that cost me positions to Websy and Cheese. So I messaged BJ during the safety car, like, that's my race over. And then I thought I probably did get it wrong on that last one, to be honest, not boxing. Just judging by how quickly Blaze and Shane made their way through on those softs, but I just figured I'd better off just leaving a couple of cars between us and just hoping for the best.
Okay. The last few laps, talk me through that last little fight of Websy, because of course, as you know, it came down to a matter of thousandths in the end. So what was that like?
It was good. I mean, it was tricky because I didn't want Che to pass me, but I didn't want to fight him too hard and lose time, because there was no way he was going to drop 8 seconds on us. So I just tried to sort of let Che pass without losing too much time. And then I had a race the other week where I was behind Websy again, and I tried to be too clever and leave it as late as possible to save up my ERS and pass him, and then I made a mistake. So this week I knew I was getting a better exit out of the last corner. So as soon as I got that on the penultimate lap, I just drained my ERS. I don't know if you saw, I went around the outside of that last turn. I was pretty buzzing off of that move. And then after that, it was just about trying to box smart and making sure I just had enough ERS left for the end. I probably used a bit much earlier on in the lap, trying to create the gap. I wasn't too sure how much battery Websy had left, so I tried to gap him as much as I could early in the lap. Obviously that nearly hit me in the face at the end, but yeah, got away with it just about.
Only just in perhaps one of the, I think probably the tightest margin I've ever seen for a win since I've started commentating, which is almost 2 years ago at this point. So last question, of course, as I said, for Websy, Monza next week, and I'm not sure if Sniper will like me saying so, as this is here next to the interview, but the gap now sits at 27 points in the Drivers' Championship, if my maths are correct. Are we looking at that first Drivers' Championship? Is it on the cards, or are we taking it race by race?
We're taking it race by race. You know me, Zach. It's like I said last week, I'm not the quickest person. I need other things to go my way, like they did this week, to obviously pick up the wins. So I'll just have to keep hoping for that for the rest of the season. But it's a nice gap, but nothing's won yet, and I hate Monza. I've had some awful races there, so yeah, it could all switch again next week.
I've seen a few of them here and there, so hopefully for your sake it doesn't go wrong. Of course, you'll have one of the best in the league hunting you down over the rest of the season, so I think it's definitely doable for Sniper. But regardless, congratulations on the race.
Don't make his head any bigger than it is already.
Have to wait and see on that one. But yeah, congratulations on the win, and we'll let you go off and enjoy your evening. We'll come to Sniper Hunter, of course, unfortunately went down as a DNF early in the race.
Cheers, mate.
No worries. Sniper, you still there for us, mate?
I'm here.
First of all, commiserations on the earlier retirement. What went wrong for you today?
It was just a bit of a scare shoot, to be honest. Just got a bit annoyed, so I just wasn't driving smart. I just didn't focus on the race, and I paid for it. It's just one of those things. But I said I was going for the 3 in a row early this season. I've got the 3 in a row, but I was aiming for wins, and this time it's DNFs. So it's not ideal, but still 3.
Still a 3 in a row in that respect, but obviously not on the nicer side there. I mean, did you get to watch the rest of the race, or?
Yeah, I was watching along the whole time from Jay and Dan's perspective. It was a good race. Good win from Fan. He's a good driver. Should be a fun fight.
Definitely. I mean, I'm looking forward to watching it from where I'm sitting. And obviously, you were watching the race. Any opinion at all on the chaos that sort of ensued in those last few laps?
It's just one of those tracks. It's just people want to win, and it's just a tight track. So it just comes to people being desperate.
Can sink in those late stages of a race. I've been there myself once or twice. So of course, as I said, last question there, Monza next week, and the championship gap sits at 27, if my maths are correct. So again, we're looking forward to the last third or so of the season, looking to try and hunt down Fan.
Yeah, it should be good. You got pretty bored being public enemy number 1, so I'll try aim for being an underdog in the second half, and hopefully it helps me out.
Have to wait and see as the hunted becomes the hunter for these last 9 rounds or so. Of course, again, commiserations on the retirement. I was about to say congratulations for a second. That wouldn't have ended well, but yeah, hopefully we'll see it back in the points next week as we go to Monza.
Was that Hunter joke intentional, Zach? I need to know.
It wasn't. It wasn't. I forgot his name was Sniper Hunter, but I'll take anything I can get. Like, would it have been better if you hadn't pointed it out, or what are you thinking?
I just needed to know.
Okay, no.
You said it way too casually for it to have been intentional.
I had it in my head for a minute before as this one for the last question, so I was just waiting to use it. Okay.
Subconscious.
Yeah, definitely. You get the thoughts, you sort of think of it as it goes by. But regardless, that'll do it for post-race interviews, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one, and I'll let you guys go off and enjoy the rest of the evenings. Do whatever you do once the race is over. But yeah, you guys. Thanks.
People just cry.
What about when you win? What do you do when you win this stuff?
He does something.
Just more crying. It's just more crying.
Just tears of joy this time.
Smoke cry.
Yeah, sure is tears of joy, yeah.
Fantastic.
It's just my neck hurts. Got such a big head, it's tilted the whole race.
The G-force must be horrible on that. Anyway, right, that'll cap things off then, guys. So yeah, you guys are free to enjoy the rest of the evenings, and hopefully we'll see some of you guys back here next week.
Cheers, mate. Well done, guys. See ya.
Cheers, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.
Fantastic camaraderie then to end off this Grand Prix. So that has been your Dutch Grand Prix, round number 14 of the championship. By my count, if I'm looking at the remainder of the season, there are 9 rounds to go, kicking off with next week's race at Monza, the Temple of Speed. We come there on the 16th of October, next Monday at 7 PM, same time, same place. So make sure to subscribe to the channel for all future RDL content in the run-up towards the closing rounds. We look to crown a champion in Season 15 of the Racers Driving League. Goodbye, everyone.